Song of Songs, Chapters 1 and 2. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy breasts are better than wine, and the smell of thine ointments is better than all spices. Thy name is ointment poured forth. Therefore do the young maidens love thee. They have drawn thee. We will run after thee, for the smell of thine ointments. The king has brought me into his closet. Let us rejoice and be glad in thee. We will love thy breasts more than wine. Righteousness loves thee. I am black, but beautiful, ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am dark, because the sun has looked unfavorably upon me. My mother's sons strove with me. They made me keeper in the vineyards. I have not kept my own vineyard. Tell me, thou whom my soul loves, where thou tendest thy flock, where thou causest them to rest at noon, lest I become as one that is veiled by the flocks of thy companions. If thou know not thyself, thou fair one among women, go thou forth by the footsteps of the flocks, and feed thy kids by the shepherd's tents. I have likened thee, my companion, to my horses in the chariots of Pharaoh. How are thy cheeks beautiful as those of a dove, thy neck as chains. We will make thee figures of gold with studs of silver. So long as the king was at table, my spikenard gave forth its smell. My kinsman is to me a bundle of myrrh. He shall lie between my breasts. My kinsman is to me a cluster of camphor in the vineyards of Engadi. Behold, thou art fair, my companion. Behold, thou art fair. Thine eyes are doves. Behold, thou art fair, my kinsman. Yea, beautiful, overshadowing our bed. The beams of our house are cedars. Our ceilings are of cypress. I am a flower of the plain, a lily of the valleys. As a lily among thorns, so is my companion among the daughters. As the apple among the trees of the wood, so is my kinsman among the sons. I desired his shadow, and sat down, and his fruit was sweet in my throat. Bring me into the winehouse, and set love before me. Strengthen me with perfumes, stay me with apples, for I am wounded with love. His left hand shall be under my head, and his right hand shall embrace me. I have charged you, ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the powers and the virtues of the field, that ye do not rouse or wake my love until he please. The voice of my kinsman, behold, he comes leaping over the mountains, bounding over the hills. My kinsman is like a roe or a young hart on the mountains of Bethel. Behold, he is behind our wall, looking through the windows, peeping through the lattices. My kinsman answers and says to me, Rise up, come, my companion, my fair one, my dove, for behold, the winter is past, the rain is gone, it has departed. The flowers are seen in the land, the time of pruning has arrived, the voice of the turtle dove has been heard in our land. The fig tree has put forth its young figs, the vines put forth a tender grape, they yield a smell. Arise, come my companion, my fair one, my dove, yea, come. Thou art my dove in the shelter of the rock, near the wall. Show me thy face, and cause me to hear thy voice. For thy voice is sweet, and thy countenance is beautiful. Take us the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines put forth tender grapes. My kinsman is mine, and I am his. He feeds his flock among the lilies. Until the day dawn, and the shadows depart, turn, my kinsman. Be thou like to a roe, or a young hart, on the mountains of the ravines. The first epistle of St. Paul the Apostle to the Corinthians, chapter 7, verses 25 through 40. Now concerning virgins I have no commandment of the Lord, yet I give my judgment, as one that hath obtained mercy of the Lord to be faithful. I suppose therefore that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. But, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possessed not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married careth for the things that are of this world, how he may please his wife. There is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit. But she that is married careth for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will, he sinneth not, let them marry. Nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart, having no necessity, but hath power over his own will, and hath so decreed in his heart that he will keep his virgin, doeth well. So then, he that giveth her in marriage doeth well, but he that giveth her not in marriage doeth better. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth, but if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord. But she is happier if she so abide after my judgment. And I think also that I have the Spirit of God.